Welcome every one of you for joining our Nithyananda everyone. Welcome you all for joining us some simple asanas for stretching ourselves. So let us start our session now with the Sadguru Vandanam, offering our gratitude at Swamiji's lotus feet. Keep your hands together in the Namaskara Mudra and place it in front of your heart center. We'll now be starting. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. The next is the Shivamula mantra, where we will be invoking Paramashiva's presence by chanting Om Ham Hum Shivaya Namaha in the inner space 11 times, requesting all the participants and viewers to please chant the Shivamula mantra internally while we will be chanting it out loud such that it is easy to follow along. Please close your eyes. Om Ham Hum Shivaya Namaha. 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 Next, we will be entering into the Tattva-charanam, the ritualistic cleansing, for which you will be needing the punching of our index finger inward. We will be taking the one punch of Manadaramya. Next, we are going to be entering into the Tattva-charanam, the ritualistic cleansing, for which you will be cupping your palm and bending the index finger. We will be taking one udarini of water in the center of our palm and sipping it as we say the word Swada. We will be doing this action 3 times. Om Atma Tattvam, Om Shiva Tattvam Shodayami Swada. Now, with the base of your palm, please wipe your upper lip and lower lip twice. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Please wash your hand. Now with the tip of your index finger, middle finger and ring finger joined together, touch above your upper lip and below your lower lip. Please wash your hand. Now with the tip of your index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tip of your ring finger and thumb joined together, your right eye, left eye and your right ear, left ear. Please wash your hand. Now with the base of your little finger and thumb joined together, touch your navel center, your right chest, left chest, and with tips of all your fingers joined together on top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder and your heart center. Next, we are going to be entering into the Sankalpa, which is one of the most important parts where you're going to be visualizing clearly yourself manifesting the ultimate health, yogic body and all the powers, all the 408 powers of Paramashiva. So now we'll be clasping our left palm, right palm on top of the left and placing it on top of our right thigh. Please close your eyes and start visualizing intensely as we are now going to enter into the Sankalpa. Om Mamopata Samasta Durita Kshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartam Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartam Cha Adya Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena Vishishtayam Asyam Shubhatitau Purana Arogya Yukta Dhridagatra Yogabhyasam Karishye. Now please wash your right hand. Om Apaupasprisya. And now we are going to be entering into our yoga session. So before we begin, a quick reminder for everyone that all the teachings and practices within today's yoga session are for general wellness and educational purposes only. They are not to be taken for medical advice or used as a replacement for medical advice. If you have any pre-existing known medical health conditions, injuries, illnesses, or you are pregnant, please consult with your medical health professional before participating in today's yoga session. And follow their advice. During the session, if at any point you feel tired, weak, ill or dizzy, immediately stop and rest. And at all times, remain within your body's limits and capacities to avoid any injury. Listen to your body such that you're pushing yourself to your authentic best but not hurting yourself. So with that, we're going to now be getting into the session. We welcome those who are joining us in the Zoom as well, Manyana Lakshmi and others who are joining us. Welcome to all of you as well. And we're going to be getting today, actually last minute we have been continuing with the various sequences, and today we're entering into the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama part 2, which is starting with Asana 501 up to 600. We are going to be completing 100 asanas today. Okay, so let's get started now. The first asana we're going to start with is Gadvasana, for which we all will be standing up. So first you're going to be placing your hands on your knees and bending your knees. Keep your knees slightly apart, hip width apart, and bending your knees. And we're going to be doing the Kliha Mudra, where you're going to stick your tongue out. The Leliha Mudra, where you're extending your tongue completely out downward as wide as possible. Doing the Jivachala Kumbhaka, where you are inhaling and then feel that prana moving through all the limbs of your body and a downward and upward motion. And one of the most important thing is to engage in the Udhyana Bandha. You're going to be drawing in your stomach completely. The abdomen is going to be drawn in completely and push it in towards your ribs. Yes. Suck in your abdomen and hold yourself in Gadvasana. Ma Prema Shantini Ma, is it possible for you to adjust your camera in such a way you're fully seen due to Ma Jnana Lakshmi, so that we can help guide you along with the asanas? Ma Nitya Prema Shantini Ma, your knees will be wide apart. Ma, your knees will not be joined together. You can extend your knees slightly wide apart, like hip width apart. Yes. Okay. And now we are going to be bringing our gaze towards the nose as we visualize yourself as a humble, steadfast donkey, known for the sure-footedness in Gadvasana. Jangho dharam pidya sthitakayo dvijanuna janu parikaram yugmam Gadvasana muchyate. And next, we're going to be entering into a seated asana. You can now sit down. Yesterday we had done all of these asanas in one leg. Now we are going to be repeating it on the other leg. So first what we are going to be doing is crossing both your hands and holding on to your opposite toes.
So you're not crossing your legs, you're crossing your hands over here. So yesterday, actually, you would have seen, if you were there yesterday, we would have done on the right side with our right hand above. So this time what you can do is you can bring your left hand above, where your left hand holds on to the right toe and the right hand holds on to the left toe.
So now when you're going to be bending your right foot, you're going to be taking it towards the left side. Towards the left ear, you're going to be pulling it using the support of your left hand. Hold yourself in that posture.
The opposite hand, the one that's on top, lifting, the hand that's on top is going to be pulling the leg towards the.
So we are holding the toes in the prana mudra using the support of the index finger and middle fingers joined together. Engaging in the pratyahara kumbhaka. So the pratyahara kumbhaka is where you withdraw the senses inward and then move awareness sequentially.
Your leg, the hand which is on top will pull to the ear and the hand which is below will be extended. So it's opposite hands.
Yes. You're going to be crossing your hand like this and holding on to your toes now.
Yes, nice. Ma, Prema Shantini, opposite hands, ma. Not the same leg will not be with the same hand. Yes. Your right hand goes onto the left leg and the left hand goes onto the right leg. Exactly. Yes, you got it. The hand, you can pull it up to your ear now as much as you can. Perfect. Great. Amazing.
So we are going to be we are going to visualize ourselves as a bow coiled with tension yet perfectly aligned as we hold ourselves in the
Dhanura akarshanam kritva dhanurasanam uchyate.
And next is Virasana. The leg which you are keeping it close to your ears, you're just going to be dropping it on top of your knees as you relax your hands. So your hands are going to be pressed onto the ground as you support it, that your back becomes completely straight.
Yes, you can bring your hands to the ground. Perfect. Here, continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Remember to keep doing these components. Inhale deeply, withdrawing the senses. Contract the muscles of the pelvic floor in the Moola Bandha. Gaze to your nose with the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualizing yourself in heroic steadiness. Gaze towards your nose in Virasana Chatvari. Vigunam Patitam Padam Vamam Dakshinathotitam.
And next, we are going to be entering into an advanced asana, which is the Ekapadasana Dve. The leg which is there on your knee, you're now going
to be... So we're going to first be showing the asana and then we'll guide you into exactly how to do it.
Yes. So first, you're going to be bringing your right leg behind your head now and hold yourself in this asana. So before we do this, what we can do is a few stretches. You can use your leg to nicely push it as much as possible behind. Point your knee behind, backward, and push it as much as possible so you feel the stretch. As you can see here, you're going to be doing a subtle stretch so that you are able to feel the stretch. And as much as possible, now you can bring it towards your ears. You can bring your leg now towards your ears first. You can bring it towards your ears or towards your head. Wherever you're able to hold it comfortably, first bring it over there.
Yes. Yes, that's good. Ma. Okay, first you bring. Yes, exactly. And hold it there. As much as comfortable, as much as you can do it, just holding it towards the ear. And then you can, if you can, bring it behind. You go through various stages where you're able to bring it behind the head, but you need to hold it with your hands still, or you are almost there, you're not yet fully there. Some people are still at the stage where you can only just hold it at your face. So wherever you are at, hold it there as we continue into the asana. You will see that further and further as we go, the asana also starts manifesting. Okay?
You can push yourself until you're able to feel the stretches, but don't push yourself more than your capacities. And hold yourself in that posture as you keep your hands in front of your heart center in the Namaskar Mudra. If you need support, you can continue to hold on to your leg. And we're going to continue to do the Mula Bandha and Pratyahara Kumbhaka.
Gaze towards your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you visualize yourself balanced on one foot in Ekapadasana on the other side. Ekapadamato kanthe utthapyekam cha dandavat.
And next, we are just going to be bending the stretched out leg inward. Since we are now doing it on the right side, we are now going to be bending the left leg inward while your right leg continues to be behind your head. So since many of you are holding it near your ears, you can continue to hold it wherever you are able to hold, but you're going to just bend your stretched leg.
Yes, exactly.
You will see. Yes,
Ma Nyanalakshmi, we're coming to that asana in a bit. Right now, only one leg behind the head. Yes, not both legs yet. Perfect. Bring the other foot in front of the perineum. Perfect. And your hands in the Namaskara Mudra. Beautiful. Ma Shivamaya and Ma Kailasama, both of you can bend your stretched leg. You're going to be bending your stretched leg in this asana and you're holding one leg. Exactly. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And do your best to hold yourself in a stretch. How much ever you can, bring it behind your neck and hold yourself there. When you hold yourself there, you will see that you are going to improve in the asana more. Instead of relaxing your leg, just hold yourself as much as possible in the posture.
Doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gaze to the third eye, the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself inverted on one foot, head grounded, body aligned and alert in Dakshina Pada Shirshasana. Besine Bamne Paga Matha Uparalavi Dakana Pachalya Bhaga Parachadhavava.
And next is Ekapada Mayurasana. So what we can do is you can continue to keep your legs wherever you're able to hold. If you're able to same posture.
So first you can observe once how it's being done before actually trying it, so that you have an idea of what you're doing before you actually get there. So just observe for a few seconds, we'll show you and then you can try it as well.
So you're going to be getting on top of your knees, bend your elbows. First thing, you're going to point your fingers backward inside. Now bring your hip onto your elbows. You can now stretch your leg completely back and bring your elbows onto your hip. And you're going to be slowly lifting your legs off in this posture. So as you can see, you're going to be bringing your head. First, you're going to keep your leg on top behind your head, bend forward, and place your elbows and slowly lift off the ground.
So do this carefully so that you don't accidentally tip forward or anything. And also if you can't, pressing your elbows into your waist. Yes, Manyana Lakshmi, you're doing it right. Bend your elbows. Bend your elbows. Yes. Slowly your waist, your stomach is going to come over your elbows and you're going to be lifting off the ground. You have to lean your body forward. Yes, you can try to lean your body slightly more forward such that your elbows come onto your stomach.
Manyana Lakshmi, if you just bend your elbow slightly, and I think you're facing it forward, Ma, you can face all your fingers backward. And then you can bend your elbow.
Yes, exactly. You're almost there, Ma. Similar to how we do Mayurasana.
You can nicely bend your elbows, Ma. You don't need to keep it straight. You can nicely bend your elbows, bring it towards your hip. Yes.
In Continue here doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, and Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. As you visualize yourself, continuously be engaging in the Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So throughout the yoga session, we are going to be continuously reminding ourselves to do the Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Harati Sakala Roga Nashugulmodaradin. And the next is Supta Trivikramasana. Yes, we can slowly relax, coming on to our back, laying down. Again, one leg is continuing to be behind your head. We have two more asanas with one leg behind the head here.
So what is the most easiest way is, however you're able to hold, you just continue to hold yourself in that posture. If you have a partner, you can also take the help of the partner to push you a little bit, such that you're able to get your leg little bit behind your head or your neck, little bit more extra push will be making it easier for you to find the stretch, and then drop onto your back. Initially, you can also lift your leg as much as you need and keep it straight as you hold in that posture.
You can actually keep both your hands on the leg itself. You don't have to release your hands in this asana. Yes. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka.
Sometimes you will notice that if you are trying to lie down, you're trying to keep your leg down, so you're not able to completely go on your back. It's fine to lift your legs slightly off the ground.
And do the Moola Bandha. Gaze to your asana. Uttana Kurma Pitham cha Saimham Garudameva cha Vatayanam Gomukham cha Bharadwajam Trivikramam.
And in the same posture, you're going to now remove your hands from your leg, which you're holding, and stretch it straight bottom.
So as you can see how it's being done here, one leg is behind the neck while both the hands are stretched to the ground. This is the Vyagrasana. Here, continue doing the Shambhavi Mudra. See, the Shambhavi Mudra is important to avoid getting distracted. So your awareness is inwards. Doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, gaze to your nose with the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a tiger coiled and ready to spring in Vyagrasana. Vyagrasanamato Vakshe Krodhakala Vinashanam.
And next is going to be a counter pose towards your chest. Completely towards your chest. Holding on to it tightly, holding on to your opposite elbows. So you're going to be holding on to your opposite elbows. And being in this posture, you'll find that the stretch which we had for the back is going to now slowly start relaxing.
Yes. Manyana Lakshmi, hands around your knees, ma. Yeah. Hold on to the opposite elbows from above your knees. Perfect.
Continue to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. We are now going to be gazing towards the nose. Visualize yourself as a conch, steady and supportive, carrying weight of the world with ease in Paryankasana.
Janu Prasarita Baho Shayanam Paryankasanam.
And now we are going to enter into Vashishthasana. These are going to be a set of balanced pose. So you can come to a sitting posture. Now slowly bring both your legs on top of your head.
So your legs are not behind, they're just on top. You can bring your hands under your knees, hold on to your feet and try to bring it near as high above your head as possible. Yes, perfect. Ma Jnana Lakshmi, you're doing it amazing. Yes, Ma Prema Shakti, you too, ma. Try to bring it closer to your head. You can use the support of a wall behind you in case you're you find yourself losing your balance. You can take a wall behind you for support as well. Yes.
When you're trying to bring your leg up like this, you might be finding yourself falling back like this. So for the support, you can take the support of a wall in your room. And then you can bring your leg on top of your head as much as possible. You're not going to be completely bringing it behind. Ma Jnana Lakshmi, you don't need to bring it completely behind. It's just going to be on top.
Yes. Bring it higher. Ma Nityastha Ma Shivamaya. You can bring it higher up towards your forehead. If possible, place it on top of your head. Otherwise, at least bring your legs up to your forehead. Yes, yes, that's right.
We are going to hold on to this posture in the Namaskara Mudra. So the hand which is there on top is going to be Namaskara Mudra. Doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, bringing your gaze towards the third eye. Visualize yourself as sage Vashishta, radiating wisdom and unshakable clarity in Vashishthasana. You can hold yourself in the asana.
दो पग थी जोड़ी संपुट करे हाथ दो पगा बिच आनी.
Next is Shivalingasana. You can relax your Namaskara Mudra and continue to hold on to your toes now, wrapping your fingers around your toes.
So one thing, just as we're getting into the sequence itself, just to remind all of you, today is going to be a sequence of completely advanced asanas. Okay, you're going to get your back stretch, leg stretch, everything stretched out completely. So be ready for that. Yes, as we get into the Shivalingasana, you can bend your fingers around your toes and continue to hold it on top of your head.
So you're going to be holding on to the toes like this with both your hands as you bring it above your head.
You can bring your hands to hold around the toes. Yes, bend it. Yes, perfect. Perfect. Continuing here to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as the sacred Shivalinga, the eternal symbol of Paramashiva's formless essence in Shivalingasana. दो पावसी परियाने पुण्येक जुगति और ताहम ठानी.
And next is Kakarupa Skandasana. You're going to continue to remain with your legs on top of your head. You're going to, from top of your head, you're going to bring your leg behind your neck. So you can either first, you can drop both your legs in front of you and bring one leg at a time. You can bring one leg at a time. There are two ways of bringing it also. So first you can either bring it from above, and if you're able to bring it only until here, you can hold here. If you're able to bring it behind, you can bring it behind. Hold yourself wherever you're able to, and slowly bring the other leg also up. Bring your other foot also and cross it behind your leg, behind your neck. You can place both your palms firmly onto the ground in front of you for support and balance.
One more doing this is, you bring one leg and you use the other foot to cross, to hold it. So like, for example, Ma Vimala, she can hold one foot behind her head. She will use this foot to hold on to this leg. The foot that can, here, continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gaze to your nose with the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as an owl perched silently on a branch in Kakarupa Skandhasana Dve. अथ वक्ष्येकाकरूपस्कन्धासनम् उत्तमम्. So we're going to continue with our legs behind our head for the next sequence of asana. So you can relax in between. Again, bring your legs behind your head as and which is comfortable for you. But the whole next 5 or 6 asanas are going to have both your legs behind your head. So keep coming back to that.
And it is your ankles are going to be crossed behind the head. As you can see how Ma Bhaktika is doing. It's going to be completely crossed behind the head. The ankles are going to be crossed behind the head as much as possible.
As we enter into Aranya Chatakasana, the forest sparrow pose, continue to remain in the same position with your hands grounded in front of you. Yes, place your palms on the ground. See, no problem if you're not able to fully bring it. You can rest your legs over your shoulders at Kumbhaka Moola Bandha and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualizing yourself as a bird in a forest, agile and free in Aranya Chatakasana. Ekena padena bhumim avashtabhya anya padatalena uravashtabhya tishtet. The next asana is Chitrakasana. So here, you're going to be bringing your left hand to come to the right chest.
First, you're going to be bringing your right hand to come to the left shoulder and lift your left hand you're going to continue to hold on to your right shoulder. Lift your left hand off the ground and point it towards the sky, straight up.
So you can try
You're going
to get
to
your
be-
balance here.
Yes. You're going to be holding on to your right shoulder. Yes. We're going to be keeping both the legs behind the head. Hold on to one of your shoulder with one of your opposite hand and straight, bring your other hand completely straight.
Yes. Yes, do this. See, even if you can only do your one leg behind your head, keep one leg behind and do this asana. If you're not yet able to bring either leg behind the head, raise both your legs over your shoulders and then bring your hand to the shoulder and the other hand extended above. Ma, Jnana Lakshmi, you're doing it amazing, Ma.
And if you have someone with you, you can take the help of them and get into the asana.
This is the Chitrakasana. Here you're going to continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gazing towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Parameshwaroham, as you visualize painting your reality in Chitrakasana. One thing that will help to gain the balance is the Moola Bandha, where when you contract the pelvic floor, your whole body stabilizes. Chitrakasana. प्रथम पगथी संपुट करे पुनः जुगति ऐसे विस्तरे. Let's repeat this on the other side, just switching your hands around.
Now you can raise your right hand up and place the left hand onto the ground.
Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gaze to your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Parameshwaroham, visualizing yourself painting your reality in Chitrakasana on the other side. Prathama Pagthi Samputa Kare.
As you continue to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, visualize yourself as a cobra, poised and majestic, hood flared in Hanindrasana.
Padabhyam veshtayet kantham kareo samsthitonmukham. Remain there as we move into the Pashini Mudrasana. You're just going to be switching the visualization to yourself bound by the noose of integrity in Pashini Mudrasana. Kantha prishthe kshipet padau pashavadrida bandhanam. And you can relax your legs. We're going to take a moment to relax our feet. Bring your legs down. Relax your hips.
We are now going to enter into a counter posture, the Machandrasana. So for this, you're going to be bringing your right foot onto the left thigh, and the left foot is going to be only on the right knee. You're not going to completely enter into Padmasana by pulling it inside. It's going to remain only in the right knee.
Yes, Ma Prema Shantini, Ma, one foot on the thigh, yes, and the other foot on the knee. Yes, that's right. The foot that's the second foot, Ma, you can bring it little outer, so it's not fully inward towards the thigh. The foot that's on top, yes. The foot that's on top goes near the knee. Right.
So as much as you can hold it near the knee, and you're going to be taking the support of your hands and holding onto your toes in the Prana Mudra. Using the support of your index finger and middle finger, you're going to wrap onto your toes. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Now you can bend forward, bringing your forehead onto the ground. Yes, ma'am. Prema Shaktini. Great. So we are going to hold on to this posture as we do the Moola Bandha Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Slightly contract the throat and draw the breath slowly in through fathomable depth in the turning inward in Machandrasana.
Jimano Charanaj Joy Vamajang Parirakhe Soi.
So now we are going to be again entering into the asana, which you're going to bring both your legs behind the head. So the key over here is you're going to be keeping both your foot touching each other, and you're not going to cross your ankle. You're just going to touch each other, the foot each other, the behind your head.
So you can just slowly bring your feet up. What you can try to do is, instead of bringing it over your head, what you will find it easier to do for this particular version of the asana is to bring it from beside your ears. So try to bring your legs from beside to go behind your head and rest your heel behind your neck. And then slowly bringing the other leg as well to touch both the feet together behind your neck and place your palms together in the Namaskara Mudra.
This asana is going to be slightly even easier because it's just slightly you need to bring it behind your head and ensure that it is touching.
And you can bring your hands together in the Namaskara Mudra.
So hold yourself in this posture, doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka Moola Bandha Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as a living conduit of cosmic energy, feet resting above the head, hands grounding the earth in Dvipada Shirshasana.
બેસીને બમને પગ માથા ઉપર લાવી ડાકા ના પાછળિયા ભાગ પર છાદાવવા. And coming into Bharatariasana, you can bring your feet to the top of your head. We have just a few more to go. Don't worry. And then we'll be entering into our next sequence of back stretches. So we are almost done with our leg stretch part of the sequence today. You can bring your feet on top of your head. Again, similarly to how we did in the beginning with Vashishtasana and Shivalingasana, holding your feet, placing your hands over your legs to balance that.
Again, you can take the support of a wall if needed as you find the balance.
Continue doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, the Moola Bandha, gaze towards your nose with the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualizing the Shakti of Mahima flowing through your body, heavy yet rooted in Bharatariasana. Asana Gopi Chand kahyo jaise.
Now you can relax. So we are now going to be entering onto our back. So this is going to be making this asana even more easier as you are now going to be getting onto your back.
Yes, you can lay on your back. And then bring your hands in front of your ankles to clasp around your ankles. Behind your, towards your head.
You can hold on to your heel.
Higher ma prema shantini, to lift your feet closer to your head. Don't lift your neck. Don't strain your neck. Try to lift your hips higher.
You can try to lift your hips higher and bring your leg behind. You may sprain your neck if you try to pull your neck up. So it's better for you to lift your hip off the ground and push it behind.
Yes. Here, do the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra Moola Bandha. Gaze to your third eye with the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualizing all the gods and goddesses showering their blessings upon you in Devasana. Prathame Sudhoso Vesoi Karekankasi Karagahidoi.
And next is going to be Mritika Banchikasana. In this same posture, you're going to be holding on to your foot and pulling your
do it as much as you can comfortably. Yes.
Ma Jnana Lakshmi, you're doing it great, ma. Here, hold yourself in this asana as you continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara.
Mritika Banchikasana. Prathama Seno Sudha Hoya Thane Pagauchaya Agane Ane.
So you're now going to again bring your leg behind the head as much as you can.
Crossing your ankles behind your neck into the Masakasana.
You lift yourself up off the ground and cross your leg behind the head. You're going to be interlocking the palms on the bottom of your back. Hold yourself over there, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Mula Bandha, gazing towards your nose, chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. You can relax your hand from the foot and place it on top of your hips now, on top of your lower hip from inside. Visualize an abundance of gold cascading over you, filling your being with prosperity, divine wealth, and auspicious energy in Masakasana.
प्रथमे सूदोसैन करे वामपादकान्ध परिधरे.
You can now relax.
Yes, you can finally relax your legs now completely and take a moment to recover. Stretching your feet out. You can continue to.
You can roll onto your back from side to side. Yes. If needed, you can also do a slight forward bend so that it will help your back. You can get up and bend yourself forward.
And next asana we're going to now enter into is Purvatanasana.
In Purvatanasana, you're going to continue to keep your legs stretched and you're going to lift your hip completely off the ground.
So your hands
into
are going
a
to be
plank-like
behind you.
position. It's going to be like completely straight. As much as possible, you're going to bring your toes onto the ground completely while keeping your legs straight. The more you lift your hip up, you'll see that your toes go onto the ground. You can also drop your head behind.
You can relax your neck behind you.
You don't need to try to strain and hold and look forward. You can just drop it behind.
Yes. Ma Nityastha, Ma Shivamaya, and Ma Kailas. All of you can relax your neck backwards. Look at Swamiji behind you. Yes. That's when you'll get the complete stretch.
Body straight, including your leg. As you can see, Ma Vimala's leg is slightly bent. You can keep your leg completely straight. Yes. As you visualize the eastern side of your body,
Next is Urdhva Konasana.
as you can now come onto your back, completely laying on the ground. You can lie down on the ground. Use the support of your hands and lift it straight. Lift your entire back up, pointing your legs up. You're going to be crossing your leg into a scissor-like position, front and back. Your legs are going to be making a V shape, but from front and back.
You're on your shoulders. You're balancing on your shoulders and spreading your legs apart. You're doing a shoulder stand. Spread your legs apart in a V. Your legs are not stretched out horizontally. Rather, they're like a scissor-like position, front and back.
You can keep your hands onto your hip and push yourself back such that your entire body comes off. Only your shoulder is going to remain onto the ground. As you can see, can you turn this head now? Yes, as you can see this, you're going to completely push your body off the ground with the support of your hands, coming completely straight. Only your shoulder is going to be on the ground and your elbows, your arms are going to take the balance to keep your shoulder onto the ground, and you're just going to split only your legs front and back.
Here, continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, you're going to do the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Simple breathing in and out with deep awareness through your nose. Do the Mula Bandha. Gaze to your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualizing yourself lifting into upward angle pose in Urdhva Konasana. Sapta Chakrakshalanaya Vrikshasana Visheshakan.
Next is going to be a Uttana Padasana Dve, where you can come flat onto the ground. You're just going to bring the top of your head onto the ground and stretch your legs up into an angle. As you hold yourself in this position, you're going to be having your knees straight and little bit forward into 45-degree angle. It's not going to be complete 90 degree. It's going to be a little bit forward. And your head is going to be onto the ground. The top of your head is going to be onto the ground.
And your hands are also going to be extending at an angle. So engage your core muscles such that you can bring your legs slightly down and hold there with your hands at an angle as well as your legs at an angle.
Continuing to engage in the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa.
Visualize yourself, your extended foot reaching fully elongating muscles, nerves and subtle channels in Uttana Padasana.
Hold yourself in the asana using the Moola Bandha as support.
Sapta Chakrakshalanaya Vrikshasana Visheshakanjanane Indriyadadhyaya Konabhedan Samabhyaset.
You can relax. And now we are going to enter into Setu Bandhanasana. First, you're going to start by laying down flat onto the ground.
And you're going to be now bringing your hands under your hips to lift your hips up high. And use your hands to support your hips, lifting your hips high, such that your entire weight comes onto your shoulders.
And you can stretch your leg as much as possible into a straight line.
And then crossing your hands over your chest. So once you've completely lifted your hips up, straightened out your legs, you can cross your hands over your chest, pushing your hips into the ground to balance here.
One important thing is when you're lifting your hands off, be careful not to strain your shoulder. Just slowly lift your hands off as you find the balance to hold yourself there without straining your shoulder or neck. In this asana, you're going to be completely relaxed. You're not going to be straining your shoulder.
Do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself forming a bridge in Setu Bandhasana. Vasishtamata Kaundinya Modhukukutameva Chashta Vakramathotthanam Mayuram Setu Bandhanam.
Yes. Next, we are going to be entering into Chakrasana. So first, how you can do the Chakrasana is to place both your palms near your ears, facing inward onto the ground, as you can see in Masana Shivatriya.
And bending your feet to place your feet flat onto the ground with the knees raised.
And now you're going to slowly raise your hip completely towards the sky, or stretching your hands straight and lifting your hip completely up towards the sky, making a complete arc with your spine. This is going to be a complete back stretch.
See, one thing which is important here is when you're raising, you should have your weight even. So if you push too much onto your legs, you're going to tend to move forward. If you push too much onto your hand, you're not going to be able to raise. So an equal weight must be on your hands and on your legs as you pull your hips up.
And as much as you can, straighten your hands straight. So this way you're going to find the arc completely. Hold yourself over here. You can also do this in two other ways, where you can keep one hand onto the ground and raise your hip up, bending backward. And the other way is where you're going to completely be standing and bend your hands backward into Chakrasana. If you're able to easily get into the asana from laying down, you can try the other two variations.
Or you can even take the support of a partner to go from the standing position, where your partner can hold you around the waist and you can lean back from a standing position to come into the asana.
And as I can see, Ma Prema Shakti is there alone. What you can do is also to get down.
Here, do the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sahaja Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, and the Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing your body arcing into wheel pose, energy radiating through spine and limbs in Chakrasana Trini. बेहातानि आंगलोठि में भगनम बांगली पकड़ने सबम ते चक्रासन कहे वायचे. And slowly relax.
So the next asana is going to be a even more advanced variation of the same asana, the Peta Puti asana, where you're going to continue to remain in the chakrasana.
And you're going to be walking your hands towards your feet as much as you can. So it's like where you're literally going to be folding backwards, but you can do it as much as you can without hurting yourself, bringing your hands closer towards your legs.
As much as you can do. If you're basically you're going to be doing an advanced stretch for yourself, as much as you can, push yourself more inside, walk your hands as much as possible inward. And if you are finding that when you're walking, your knees are going forward and you're feeling like you're falling down, then you can take the support of a wall, do the asana in front of a wall such that your knees don't go forward. And one more important thing is, sometimes if we are doing this asana for the first time, we might end up lifting ourselves like this. So first what we are going to do is bring the hand back and then lift off off the ground.
And then try to walk your hands and feet together as much as you can.
Continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, visualize the knot binding prana and apana dissolving, releasing subtle tension within in Peta Puti asana. Continue holding yourself as much as possible in the asana.
आसन का गुण पाना पान की गांठी छूटे जालंधर बंध ला गए.
You can relax. And now we are going to do a very nice counter pose for this asana, where you can lay on your back and bring your legs behind, touching onto the ground. So you're going to be holding on to your foot at the back. Yes.
You can bring your hands to your feet and try to keep your entire body straight over there. Yes. Beautiful. Continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Try to bring your hands towards your feet as much as you can as you visualize yourself performing wondrous action. If your hips fall to the ground, it's fine, but bring your hands towards your feet and hold your body straight. Ma Prema Shantini Ma, bring your hands to your legs, above your head.
You can hold on to your toes.
It's okay if your hips fall. It's okay if your hips fall, but your legs can be above your head and your hands can hold your legs. Hold your toes. In Vichitra Karani. Shaita Paschimataanaste hastau tatra prasarayet.
And next, we are going to enter into Pashasana. You can relax into a laying down position. You can relax into a complete laying down position.
Yes. Lay flat on your back.
And
here one hand down towards the thigh, while one hand comes to touch the nose.
And then you're going to be alternating the hand. You're going to be doing that. One important thing is you're also going to be raising your head off the ground as you bring your hand. It's going to be a dynamic motion. As you touch your nose, you're going to be raising.
Here, remember, this hand is extended on top of your torso. So the elbow is not on the ground, it is on top of your torso. Both the elbows, one comes to the nose and you lift your head up and alternate.
So in this, you're going to continue to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra with awareness resting deeply within Sahaja Kumbhaka Moola Bandha. Visualize yourself as a hatchet being thrown, cutting through obstacles with precision and force in Pashasana. And now you can turn towards the right right elbow, you can turn towards the side and lay down in this position as you engage in, as we enter into Dakshinasana. So as you be in this posture, you are going to continue to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mulabandha. Visualize yourself as Dakshina Murti, serene and wise, seated in stillness in Dakshinasana. You're going to be taking the support of your elbows and placing your head onto your hand.
Shaya Dakshinangena Mastakedho Nidhaya Saha.
And now you can come onto your stomach, just turning your entire body and palms facing down, keep it next to your hip, palms facing down, and you're going to lift your entire upper body and lower body up. Only your hip is going to be on the ground. Your hands are also going to be raised off and nicely extending next to you. As you continue to engage in the Shan with precision in Shalabhasana.
Shalabhasana bhedascha natabherunda namake gandabherunda sahite shishadandasana tatha.
You can now relax. So from this laying down position, bend both your knees completely, and with the support of your hand, push the heels completely towards the ground, lifting your upper body off the ground. Hold yourself in this position, continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mulabandha. Visualize yourself as a frog, alert and grounded, sensing subtle vibration and responding with precise leaps. As you do this asana, you're actually going to be improving your abs when you hold yourself in this posture. Using the strength of your back, hold yourself in this posture.
Bakambhe kasanam chaiva makaram matsya namakam.
And
the
now,
next is going to be an advanced back stretch. So do it carefully.
As it's also going to be a little bit not proportionate. So do it very carefully. So first you're going to be starting off by holding on to both your toes.
Hold your hands towards your feet from behind you.
So first you're going to be pulling your right foot towards the hip and raising only your left foot up towards the sky. So it's going to be an
asymmetrical back stretch.
So hold yourself in this asana, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mulabandha. Visualize yourself as Haina, vigilant, moving with calculated intensity, awareness, sharp and perceptive in Bherundasana.
Shalabhasana bhedascha natabherunda namake.
You now relax that leg and
repeat this on the other side.
Now you can relax the right leg and lift your right leg up. As much as possible, hold on to you in this posture.
You can actually keep your head up as well. So you don't need to drop the neck. You can also let your upper body raise over here. As you continue doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as a Haina, vigilant, moving with calculated intent in Bherundasana on the other side. Shalabhasana bhedascha natabherunda namake.
You can now relax. Now we are going to come to a comfortable seated position on your knees, sitting on top of your heels, placing both your palms on top of your knees. As you continue to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, we are going to be doing the Apakarshaka Kumbhaka, where you are going to be partially closing the nose and doing Bandha. Visualize yourself steadfast, grounded and indestructible as a lightning bolt in this asana.
Vajrasana Pancha. Vajrasana Muktasana Koshasana Natije Laho Doha.
And now, from the same posture, you can now come forward onto your stomach. You can come onto your stomach and with the support of your elbows, you can place your chin onto your palms with your legs continuing to be bent.
You can try
Yes.
to point your toes towards the sky. So instead of keeping your feet flat, try to point your toes upward.
Ma Shivamaya, you can keep your knees together. As much as possible, you can keep your knees together. Yes, ma'am.
Continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Jiva, Chalakumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing to your nose with the japa, Om Nithyananda Parama Shivoham. Visualize yourself as a sphere focused and unwavering in Shulasana. Kurparabhyam avanimavashtabhya sutalabhyam hanumavashtabhyuttishthet Shulasanam bhavati. Remain in the same position, extending your legs behind you as we move into Makarasana Dve. Hands continue to remain under your chin.
You're going to now stretch your legs for completely straight. You're not going to lie down. You're going to be continuing to hold your balance. You can now keep your head onto your chin onto your palms. Sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Continue doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Jiva, Chalakumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as an alligator, patient and calculating in Makarasana Dve.
And next is Gandhaberundasana. This is going to be an advanced asana. So first, we will be showing you how to do this asana because this asana should be done very carefully. Always have someone around you when you do this asana.
And also, if you're a female born in your monthly cycle, you can refrain from doing this. If you have any chains around your neck, I request you to please take it off. If you have your Kantamala also, the Rudraksha can be moved. Doing this asana.
So now you're going to be placing your chin onto the ground along with your chest, and you're going to place your palms flat onto the ground. Push onto the ground as you walk your knees forward towards the chest, and you're going to one leg at a time. You're going to nicely kick your legs and bring it onto the ground as much as you're able to push yourself. So you're going to just bring it on top of your head as much as possible and hold yourself there. If needed, you can walk your legs onto the wall. You can keep your chin onto the ground. And you can walk yourself onto the wall, or you can take the support of a partner as much as possible to lift and hold wherever you're able to hold yourself.
So you can take the support of a partner. Actually, that will be the easiest way to get into this asana.
And if you're not having a partner with you at the moment, what you can also do is you can you can go near the wall and place your chin onto the ground as you take the support of the wall to bend one leg at a time towards the head.
Yes, you can walk yourself towards the wall for this. Continue here to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Jiva, Chalakumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing to your nose with the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as the leader of a Hyena pack, commanding respect and coordinating with intelligence in Gandhabherundasana. Sarabhasana Bhedascha Natabherunda Namake. Next, in the Gandhabherundasana Dve, you're going to be doing the same thing but with your arms extended beside your body. So instead of placing your palms beside your chest, you're going to do the exact same thing with your arms extended beside your body and kicking your body off the ground.
And as much as possible, you're going to be bringing your leg towards your head as much as possible. as you hold yourself in this asana. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, visualize yourself as a sturdy four-limbed wooden staff, grounded and reliable in Gandhavirundasana Dve.
Salabhasana bhedascha natabherunda namake.
And now in the same posture, you're going to be bringing your foot flat onto the ground. You can practice it with the wall as much as you can. You can even bend one leg at a time as much as you can and practice it in the wall.
Or you can practice without the wall as well, just kicking yourself up off the ground. But that is another way of doing this asana where you are just practicing again and again, kicking, where you use your momentum to try to shift the weight forward. Do it carefully so not to hurt your neck.
As you're kicking, you'll also find, suddenly you'll find the balance somewhere and you'll be able to hold yourself over there and adjusting to bring your leg down. So you can keep practicing as much as possible.
As you continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose with the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a sturdy wooden staff in Gandhabherundasana Trini. Shalabhasana bhedascha natabherunda namake Gandhabherunda sahite Shishadandhasanam tatha.
Now you can relax. You can bring your legs back to the ground carefully.
The next asana is Viprita Shalabhasana Dve.
So again, you're going to be laying on your stomach and placing your chin out, where your throat is going to be completely onto the ground. So in this, you're going to be raising your hips up and kicking your entire leg up, where your you can see the leg is completely straight. So it's going to be in an angle completely straight. And balance onto your onto the front of your chest, holding yourself in this asana. As you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gaze towards your nose as much as possible. As you can continue to try to practice by kicking your legs or walking it on the wall. It's just going to be an easier version of the previous asana by keeping your legs straight and balancing. Visualize yourself as a locust, resilient and adaptable, leaping and navigating terrain with precision.
In Viprita Shalabhasana Dve. Shalabhasana bhedascha natabherunda namake Gandhabherunda sahite Shishadandhasanam tatha. With that, we have come to the end of this sequence of asanas. You can now settle down, come to a seated position as we move into the next asana.
Bending yourself into a push-up like posture, but you're going to hold yourself in the bottom.
So you can come to a plank position and from there lower your elbows into a half push-up. Keep your elbows tucked in towards your body as much as possible and hold that.
As low as you can, go and hold yourself over there. Yes.
As you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as a sturdy four-limbed wooden staff in Chaturanga Dandasana.
If you just use your abs, you will be able to hold yourself over there with the strength of your arms.
Viparitam Mandalam cha Dudaiva Viditam Hinaha.
You can relax. And now we are going to do the Niranjana Karmasana, coming to a kneeling position. Your toes are going to be kept untucked onto the ground.
So this asana will act as a counter pose for the intense back stretch that you would have just gotten.
Bend forward, making a complete circle on your back as you cover your ears
with your hands. Yes, you can lean your forehead to the ground, bring your hands to your ears and let your forehead come to the ground, resting your head completely down. Yes, you can rest your hips also down onto your heels as you completely relax. Yes, Manikisa, relax your hips, ma. Your hips do not have to be raised. Your hips can be relaxed onto your heels.
Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, you're going to be drawing your abdomen in and up towards the spine in Udhyana Bandha. Visualize yourself in stainless pose, untouched by karma, pure and free in Niranjana Karmasana.
बालको गर्भशय्यायां तिष्ठेत् संकुचितो यथा.
And next is Danda Mayurasana. In Danda Mayurasana, you're going to continue to be having your entire body facing towards the ground, and your fingers are going to be pointing inward, back. You can point your fingers back, Ma Shivamaya. Both your hands, all the fingers are going to be pointing completely towards you. You can point all both your hands inward towards you, and bring your elbows onto the abdomen. See, one thing is, be careful not to completely poke into the navel center. Keep it towards the side slightly, where your abs are strong, where you're able to feel the muscles. Hold yourself over that and lift your legs off the ground. Hold yourself there, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Udhyana Bandha. When you tighten your stomach and draw the abdomen inward, you will see it will also be more easier for you to balance. Visualize yourself as a peacock feathers, fully fanned, radiating beauty and divine presence in Danda Mayurasana.
Mayuram dandavat kuryan mayuram dandanamakam.
Relax very carefully. And next, we are going to be doing the Pangu Mayurasana. So in the Pangu Mayurasana, you are going to continue to remain in a flat position. But now you're going to be doing it on one hand, where only your left hand is only going to be onto the ground facing inward, while your right hand is going to support your wrists. And you can also place your elbows onto the ground as you bring your left elbow into the hip and lift your legs off, balancing. Do it very carefully because you need to find the balance and lift your legs off. As you do this asana, continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as a peacock, alert and vigilant, every movement precise in Pangu Mayurasana.
मयूरासनवत् संस्थाप्य एकेन हस्तेन एकस्य हस्तस्य मणिबन्धं धारयेत्. Repeating this on the other side now. You can switch your hands around.
And if you have a partner, you can take the support of a partner also.
One way of doing it is to first bring your weight on forehead, lift your legs off the ground, and then try to lift your head off the ground as well.
Hold yourself in this asana, continuing to do the Mula Bandha, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra. Visualize yourself as a peacock, alert and vigilant, every movement precise in Pangu Mayurasana, Pashvantare.
मयूरासनवत् संस्थाप्य एकेन हस्तेन एकस्य हस्तस्य मणिबन्धं धारयेत्.
And next is Jnanasana.
So now we're going to be going through a sequence of seated asanas, and this is going to lead us towards the end. And as we do this, you're going to have a few asanas that are going to actually be deeply working on our ankle flexibility. So let's get started.
So first, we're going to be bringing your right foot onto your thigh as you place both your palms onto your knees, sitting straight,
and you can bring your left foot outside of the left hip.
Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, without actually inhaling or exhaling. Hold the prana in the navel center, doing the Mahamudra Bandha. So in Mahamudra Bandha, first you're going to be contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor and sucking it inward, sucking in the abdomen and in towards your spine, tucking your chin in towards your chest. You're going to be just locking your throat in a subtle way as you do the Jalandhara Bandha, and hold yourself in this asana. Visualize the Hindu goddess of knowledge, Saraswati, flowing through your awareness, see clarity, wisdom, and creativity in Jnanasana.
अथ न्यदासनं कृत्वा सर्वव्याधिनिवारणम्.
And next is Kubjikasana. Your left leg is going to be in the same posture. The left leg is going to be in the same posture. Your right foot is going to be now raised up and brought under your armpit. So you're going to be bringing your right foot completely under your armpit as much as possible. You need to nicely pull yourself back, Ma Shivamaya. Even you're bringing it up to your elbow, right? Just push a little bit more inside, you will be able to bring it to your arm, under your arms. So as you hold yourself in this posture, you're going to hold your foot which is there under your armpit with both your hands. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Moolabandha. Visualize Kubjika coiled and hidden, embodying the dynamic power of Kundalini energy in Kubjikasana.
अथ जठराग्निसन्दीपनगुल्मप्रियः कुब्जिकासनम्.
And now you can relax the foot which is there under your armpit onto your thigh. We are going to be twisting our entire body. The entire upper body is going to be twisting towards the right side. You're going to be bringing your left hand onto your right knee and holding on to the right toe with your right hand. Coming from the back, you're going to twist and look backwards. Nicely twist your entire hip, and if you just bring your leg even more up, you will be able to reach your toes.
Completely twisting there, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sama Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gaze to your third eye, doing the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, as you visualize Lord Kartikeya, ruler of the planet Mars, radiant, fierce and unwavering in purpose, in Bharadwajasana. Uttana Kurma Pitham cha Saimham Garudameva cha.
You can now relax. You can now relax your twist. As now the right foot, we are going to be bringing it up towards the chest as much as possible.
And you're going to be sitting on top of the left foot.
As much as possible, bring both your knees together. This will also help you to have your foot even more towards your stomach. Yes, Ma Prematma, yes. You can bring it even more knees together. I'm able to see you're bringing your foot towards your chest. Bring your knees also together. So it will also help you to keep your foot towards the center as much as possible. As you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Moolabandha, visualize yourself in the state and space of bravery, fearless and steadfast in Virasana Pancha.
Ekam padamathaikas vinyasedur samsthitam.
And now in the same posture, keeping your legs in the same way, you're just going to raise your hands up above you, holding it into the Parashu Mudra, where you're going to be interlocking your hands together and placing it straight up. It's very important that you keep your elbows completely straight and keep your hands in the Parashu Mudra extended straight up as much as possible. After you keep your knees together, you can just not mind much about where your foot is. Just you can raise your hands up, straight, stretching it up towards the sky. Hold yourself over here doing the Samakumbhaka Moolabandha. Gaze towards your nose. Feel courage ignite through every fiber of your being, steady and unwavering in Bhairuvasana.
Mooladwaratika Baisaka Dhare Vamapadguda Undha Ukare.
Next is Bhadda Matsyendrasana. The leg which is in towards your thigh is going to remain in the same posture. You are going to be bringing your left foot onto the ground. And you're going to bring your right elbow in towards your left knee, twisting your entire upper back and extending your leg, bringing your hand which is back in towards the hips.
Ma Jnana Lakshmi ma, opposite hand ma. Yes.
So sometimes
No, opposite. The legs is correct. You're just switching the hands around ma. So if you're, keep your legs the same. Don't change your legs. Keep your legs in the same position. Yes, keep your legs there. Now bring your left hand over your right knee. Yes, that's right. Perfect.
Sometimes if you're doing it for the first time, we might end up trying to do it this side. So the knees which is raised in towards your chest, that is going to be the side you're going to be twisting. The same side as the place where your knees are raised, you're going to be twisting and bringing your opposite elbows towards the thing, towards that knee, and bringing your hand behind, then keeping it on top of your thigh. As you do the Samakumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra, Mulabandha, gazing towards your third eye, embody this great sage and yogi Matsyendra Nath, the founder of Hatha Yoga, in Matsyendrasana.
Baddha Matsyendrasana. Matsyendra Peetham Jatra Pradiptim Prachanda Rukmandala Khandanastram.
You can now relax your back.
Now we're going to repeat this sequence of asanas on the other side.
So now you're going to bring your right foot outside as you bring your left foot on the back of your left foot into the inner thigh, on top of your inner thigh, holding yourself over here, placing both your palms onto your respective knees, keeping your head, neck and spine in a straight line as you nicely relax your shoulder down. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra Samakumbhaka, we should embody the wisdom, clarity and creative intelligence of Devi Saraswati. Feel your mind opening like a lotus.
Ma, Shantini ma, yes, right. Okay, I was just going to correct your foot ma, but you did it. That's perfect. You can keep the foot away from your hip as well. So it doesn't have to be right. You don't have to sit on that foot. It can be slightly outside, away from your hip. In Jnanasana. Athanyadasanam kritva sarvavyadhi nivaranam.
And next is going to be Kubjikasana on the other side. You're going to be raising your foot and placing it under your armpit of your left armpit. Bring your left foot under your left armpit and hold it over there with both your hands.
Do the Shambhavi Mudra Samakumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize becoming bravery itself, a deep calm courage arising in your chest in
Kubjikasana.
Atha Jataratni Sandhipana Gulma Prihadu Sakhara Kubjikasanam.
And next is going to be Bharadvajasana on the other side. You're going to be bringing your leg on top now and bring your right hand onto your left knee, twisting your left hand and holding onto your left toe from behind. As you nicely will feel a twist in your hip when you twist yourself. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka and Mula Bandha, embody the energy of Lord Kartikeya, feeling the courage, strategic awareness and decisive action arise within you in Bharadvajasana.
Uttana Kurma Peetham Cha Saimam Garudam Eva Cha.
And next is Virasana Pancha on the other side, where in the same place we are going to be bringing both the knees together now, completely together. So as you sit on top of your right foot, bring both your knees completely together as much as possible. So your foot is now going to be pointing completely up. Hold on to your respective knees.
As you do the Shambhavi Mudra Samakumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, become bravery itself, feeling a deep calm energy arising within you in Virasana Pancha.
And remember to keep your head, neck and spine in a straight line, relaxing your shoulders completely.
Ekam Padamathai Kasmin Vinyasyedur Samsthitam.
And in the same in the same posture. Your legs are going to be in the same position. You're just going to now stretch your hands up and interlock your fingers into the Parashu Mudra, keeping your hands completely stretched up above towards the sky.
Continue doing the Samakumbhaka Mula Bandha. Gaze to your nose with the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Embody leadership, strength, and alertness in Bhairuvasana Dve. Mooladwaratika Besika Dhare Vamapad Gudaundha Kare.
Now you can relax your hand onto the ground. So your leg is going to be inside only, continuing to be inside. You're going to now be removing the leg on which you're sitting and bringing it flat onto the ground and twist your entire body towards the side.
We're repeating the Baddha Matsyendrasana on the other side. So similarly as we did last time, again, yes, twisting your body. Manyana Lakshmi, opposite side, ma. Your other hand. Your left hand comes over the right knee.
So
Outside,
now our
elbow comes outside the knee. Yes. And
our
now,
right knee is raised up. So we're going to be twisting towards the right side itself.
Here, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka Mula Bandha, gaze to your third eye with the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashom as you clasp both your hands behind your back. Visualize yourself seated with openness and grounded stability in Baddha Matsyendrasana Parshvantare. Matsyendra Peetham Jatra Pradiptim Prachanda Rukmandala Khandanastram. And from here, we're going to be entering into the Baddha Konasana.
Bring both your foot together in front of you, keeping your head, neck, and spine in a straight line.
Keep your knees wide apart, trying to bring your knees towards the ground. Use your hands to hold on to your feet as you in the Parashu Mudra, interlacing your fingers around your feet. Continue to do the Samakumbhaka Mula Bandha. Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. As you gaze towards your nose, visualize yourself in bound angle pose, seated with openness and grounded stability in Baddha Konasana. Pasham Brahmam Tada Saidam Swastikam Vamanasanam.
And next is Bhadrasana. You're going to continue
participants for the technical glitch. We're going to now be continuing into the yoga sequence as we are continuing from Yonyasana.
So in the Yonyasana, you're going to continue to remain with in the same position where we had stopped before, with the foot placed together. Keep your foot completely together. Keep your head, neck, and spine in a straight line.
You're going to be turning your ankles around to sit on top of your feet with your heels pointed forward.
So there are two ways where you can enter into this asana. First is you can start from front by pushing yourself up, pushing your leg up and bringing it forward as you hold on to the opposite, onto your respective knees. Or there's also an alternative way to easily enter into this asana, which is to bring your toes already behind like this and sit onto your heels.
Here, continue doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gaze to your third eye, visualize curling inward into the womb, forming pose, sinking deeply into sacred stillness in Yonyasana. Padau Sammilya Padagaya Dhare Pashalinga Dadaha.
And now in the same posture, you're just going to hold on to your respective ankles in front of you.
Into the Ghorakshasana Bhadrasana, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, clench your perineum, suck in your stomach, bringing your chin to the chest in the Mahamudra Bandha. Gaze to your third eye with the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize the power of Sage Goraksha in fierce eye pose in Ghorakshasana Bhadrasana. Vrishnina Niche Sivanina Daba Bhagame Bhagamam Daba Pagani.
It's important that you also bring your gaze towards your third eye as you do the asana. You're going to be gazing towards your third eye.
Moving into the next asana, which is Kamadahanasana.
You're going to be now relaxing your twisted leg and relax your leg behind you, sitting onto your ankle. And you're going to cross your hands behind you and holding on to your opposite foot.
Continue doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Continue to gaze towards your third eye, embodying the energy of desire, burner pose, feeling an inner fire, awakening and consuming all distractions in Kamadahanasana. Bhadrasanam Sukham Stapya Viparite tu Dvepade.
And next is Supta Baddha Konasana. In this asana, you're going to be starting from a seated position where you're going to keep both your foot together and bring it towards the chest and hold on to your neck. You can first bring your elbows and hold on to your foot using the elbow support.
Your hands are not going to be underneath your feet. Your hands are going to be from outside. First, you're going to bring your hands in towards your legs in towards your chest. Bring your elbows to grasp onto your feet and
you're going to be, you're not going to be holding with your hands. You're not going to be holding your feet with your hands. You're going to be holding the feet with your elbows. As you bring your foot inside, you're going to be taking the support of your elbows. So first, you can put one of your elbows onto your respective ankle, holding it tightly using the pressure in your arms, and then bring your other elbow also and hold on to the other side. So first, you're going to nicely press your ankle and hold it on so that you can hold on to both your ankles carefully and lock your hands behind your head.
Here, continuing to do the Samakumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra, Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose with the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, embodying the openness and support in Supta Baddha Konasana.
It's important that we remember to gaze also in the correct direction. We're going to be gazing towards the nose.
Pasham Brahmam Tatha Siddham Swastikam Vamanasanam. Remain there in the same position as you bring your hands over to As you continue to remain with your elbows clasping onto your feet, hands around the neck into Bhekasana Dve, you're going to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing towards your third eye here from your nose, switch your gaze to your third eye, doing the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Feel yourself grounded in Bhekasana Dve. ध्याये धिचित्पदं भ्रांतम् आसनस्थ सुखाय च. And next is Bhagasana Dve. Keep your legs towards your chest as much as you can as you bring your hands onto your knees, keeping your feet raised up nearby towards your chest. As much as you can in your navel center, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gaze towards your nose. Feel yourself radiating sacred presence and inner alignment in this asana. Bhagasana Dve. Pagulata modi besi, pagaka mahila gulpakula pasata lagave.
And next is Siddha Asana. You can relax your leg onto the ground and your ankles are going to be onto the ground as you slowly lift your toes, pointing it up towards the sky.
So your heels are grounded and your toes are pointed up, bringing your hands to the respective knees, doing the Shambhavi Mudra Samakumbhaka, suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha, as well as clenching your perineum in the Mula Bandha with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a fully realized being in Siddha Asana. Paga Kauso Jo Jaye.
And next is Pani Patrasana. In this asana, you are going to legs are going to be in the same position as you bring your hands together in front of you in the Namaskara Mudra. So you're going to be lifting your legs up and bringing it in front of your heart center. You can use the support of your Namaskara Mudra as you bring it towards your chest. So your foot is going to be together and it's going to be brought in front of your chest, continuing to be together. You can raise your knees off the ground.
Bring your legs in between your hands. Use your hands to support your toes to pull it up towards your chest. Yes, that's right. Pull your hands in the Namaskara Mudra, not under your ankles, but rather from outside itself, holding onto your toes, bringing it towards your chest.
Keeping your hands in the Namaskara Mudra, doing the Samakumbhaka Mulabandha, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as a source of water flowing freely and nourishing all life in Panipatrasana.
Nabho samstapya gulpho cha tanmadhye karapatratam.
And next is Saptarishi Asana. You can now drop your foot onto the ground. So we're going to be doing one foot at a time. Do this as carefully as you can. You can do it also in a simpler variation first. First, we'll be bringing our left elbow. What we're going to be doing is pushing it even further inside, completely in towards the armpit. We're going to be doing the same thing on the other leg also simultaneously. And we're going to wrap our hands behind the head. So if you are able to bring it comfortably up to your arms, you can hold it over there. If you're able to even push further and bring it completely inside, you can also bring it completely inside as much as possible. You can nicely open your hips and lock your hands behind, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Mulabandha. Gazing towards your nose, visualize yourself as one of the 7 Saptarishis, wise and eternal. See awareness rooted in ancient knowledge in Saptarishi Asana. So you can, as much as possible, you can bring it. And if you need the support of a wall so that you can balance, you can take the support of the wall or of a partner. And hold yourself as much as possible in the asana wherever you are able to hold.
Dau pagake pagatali tinake lankaju soya. The next asana is Shuktyasana.
In Shukyasana, you are going to first start with both your legs completely relaxed in front of you. And you're going to continue to keep your knees as much as possible onto the ground. Use your force to keep your knees onto the ground as you only lift your foot off the ground and bring it inside as much as you can. So what you can do is you can also take a support of a partner where knees onto the ground while helping you to lift your legs off the ground.
Visualizing yourself as the pearl inside of an oyster in Shukyasana. पार्श्वनाभौ संस्थाप्य जङ्घा बहिर्प्रदेशेन सम्मीलयेत् शुक्यासनं भवति.
Now you can relax your foot onto the ground. Next, we're going to do the Sthitarasana, sitting comfortably with your ankles crossed in front of you. Bringing your hands into the Parashu Mudra and placing it in front of your navel center, doing the Samakumbhaka. Mula Bandha, sit.
Yes, Ma Kailasa Ma, you can keep both your ankles crossed in front of your body. So your heels are not facing each other. Both of your ankles are crossed in front of you. Yes. And you can bring your hands in the Parishamudra, interlace your fingers and place it.
Gaze also, and bring the gaze towards the third eye. Sit and be in the space of oneness with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, dissolving all the boundaries. See awareness merging with the Guru in Sthitarasana.
Jamanum pagane phane daba pagani angali niche rakhine.
Next is Abhujasana. You're going to bring your legs onto the opposite thigh and relaxing in the Padmasana position. Your legs are going to be in the Padmasana position, and you're going to keep your hands on top of your respective knees and sitting with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line as you engage in the Shambhavi Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself Bandha by contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor as well as lifting the sucking in the abdomen and lifting it in towards the spine. Ambujasana.
Apanamutthapya shanai swastikas swashaktitah pranam samakrishya ch kumbhakam charet.
And continuing to be in the Padmasana position, we're going to be slowly walking the hands forward in front of us.
As we come
Ma
into
Kailasa,
the
you can
Kamalasana.
completely bring your forehead onto the ground as you walk. Yes, ma'am. Completely bending forward. As you continue to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, we're going to be doing the Kaka Chanchuka Kumbhaka. Kaka Chanchu Kumbhaka, where you're going to be rolling your tongue and inhaling through your tongue, and you're going to again bring your tongue back inside and exhale through the nose, and again you're going to bring your tongue outside and roll it as you inhale, and again you're going to bring it back inside as you exhale.
Doing the Uddiyana Bandha, drawing the abdomen in and up as you gaze towards your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a fully blossomed lotus, radiant and pure in Kamalasana. Tatraka Ulasanam Kritva Athava Kamalasana.
And you're going to remain in the same position.
Continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Kaka Chanchu Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. You're going to relax the Uddiyana Bandha here as you gaze towards your nose, doing the japa. Sthitvaitadasane mantri adhabhishirsham karo.
You're going to be bringing both your hands on top of each other, placed on top of your head. You can bring both your hands one at a time on top of your head, placing it over there. As now you're going to be looking completely towards the right side and bending and looking towards your armpit. So your gaze is going to be completely towards your armpit. As you continue to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakachanchuka Kumbhaka, Udhyana Bandha, you're going to gaze towards the armpit, visualize Lord Paramashiva blessing you, enveloping you, being in profound peace, clarity, and stillness.
Bahu Kritvardha Kunchitao.
And now we are going to do Kulyasana. You're going to bring your right hand on top of your third eye. Gazing towards the third eye, visualize a river of Shakti, conscious energy streaming into you through the Sahasrara Chakra in Kulyasana.
Acha Kulyasanam Vakshe Yatkritva Kauliko Bhavet.
And next is Divyasana. You're going to now bring your hands from your third eye onto your stomach, your right hand, and your left hand is going to go from behind your back and bring it and hold on to your right elbow as you bend forward and bring your forehead onto the ground. Hold yourself, engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakashanchu Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing towards your nose. Visualize all the celestial gods and goddesses showering their blessings upon you, filling your awareness with grace in Divyasana.
Atha Divyasanam Vakshe Prishtamhastena Bandhayet.
Now you can raise up. We're going to be repeating the Padmasana Pancha on the left side now. As you're now going to be bringing your palms interlocked and placed on top of your head. And look towards your left side, bringing your gaze towards your left armpit. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakachanchu Kumbhaka. Inhale, roll your tongue and inhale through your tongue and exhale through your nose, doing the Udhyana Bandha. Visualize Lord Paramashiva blessing you, enveloping your being in profound peace, clarity, and stillness in Padmasana Pancha.
Upavishyasane Samyak Bahu Kritvardha Kunchitao.
And now we are going to do Kulyasana, bringing your left palm onto your third eye and right palm behind your head as you hold your head with both your palms.
Ma Kairasa, one hand in front of the forehead, one hand behind. Yes, that's right. Perfect.
As you hold yourself over here, visualize a river of Shakti, conscious energy streaming into you through your Sahasrara Chakra in Kulyasana.
Acha Kulyasanam Vakshe Yatkritva Kauliko Bhavet.
And now you're going to be dropping your left hand to your navel center. And your right hand is going to come from behind and hold on to your left elbow. As your palm continues to be on your stomach, bend forward, bringing your head completely onto the ground. Nityasta, you can nicely bring your head completely onto the ground. As you continue to engage in the Kakachanti Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing towards your nose, visualize all the celestial gods and goddesses showering their blessings upon you, filling your awareness.
Atha Divyasanam Vakshe Prishtamhastena Bandhayet.
And now you're going to continue to keep your legs in the Padmasana. If you want to take a minute to relax your leg and then put it back into the Padmasana, you can relax your leg and put your legs back into the Padmasana in the opposite side. And now you can interlock your hands into the Parashu Mudra and place it in front of your navel center. Bring the Mula Bandha, gaze towards your third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize your body becoming completely purified, every cell filled with light, releasing impurities, karmic residue, and subtle blockages in Pavanasana.
Atha Nyadasanam Vakshe Sadhakanam Hitaya Vai.
And next is going to be Valgulyasana. Your legs are going to continue to be in the Padmasana position. Bring your legs into the Padmasana position. You're now going to be putting your hands to the center of the holes in your Padmasana. And you're going to be locking your hands onto your neck, holding onto your neck with your hand. Yes. So you're going to be holding onto your neck as much as possible, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Jalandhara Bandha, where you'll be tucking in your chin towards your chest, gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself as a bat in full flight, wings stretched, wide, elongated. You'll be doing the Jalandhara Bandha. Gazing towards your nose, visualize yourself as a bat in full flight, wings stretched wide on elongated fingers in Valgulyasana.
अथ भूरिभुक्तस्य पाचनं सद्यो जरामशूलादौ वल्गुल्यासनम्.
And next, you're going to continue to be in the same position. You can relax your Jalandhara Bandha and engage in the Udhyana Bandha, where you'll be drawing the abdomen inward and up towards the spine. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Visualize Lord Rama in your inner space,
radiant and serene, embodying dharma, courage and unwavering devotion in Parasharamasana. प्रथम करे पद्मा आसन आचे सुधो सवे भू परिपाचे.
Yes. Now you can relax your leg. Next is going to be a very interesting asana, the Yogini Garbhasana. We are going to now have a nice ride as we continue to be in the Padmasana position. You are going to be bringing your hands inside. And you're going to drop onto your back and come back up. So you're going to be dropping onto your back completely and raising back up. Turn yourself. You're going to be completely raising up and rotating and coming back to a seated position. And then from the other side, you're going to drop back onto the back and come back to a seated position. So you're going to be doing this in a rapid motion as you can come into a Padmasana position.
Can rotate yourself here nicely. Remember, do this in a space where you have enough place around you such that you don't dash in, you don't hit something or someone around you. Do it carefully. You have to do it fast so that you can get the momentum. If you do it slowly, you will not be able to raise yourself back up. You have to do it extremely fast, getting the momentum to roll your body back up to a seated position. Continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra Kevala Kumbhaka, allowing breath to pause naturally, observe without forcing. Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself nestled deeply like a fetus within the sacred cosmic womb in Yogini Garbhasana. Yogini Garbhasane Hitva Shatchakram Garbham Avishet.
And next, you're going to continue to be in the Padmasana as you raise onto your knee. Coming onto your knees, bringing your stomach onto the ground.
Stretch your hands out, bending your back.
You can push your hip down inside. You can push your hip inside and stretch your hands straight. You can arc your back. You can arc your back. You can arc your back as you completely find the stretch, keeping your hands completely straight. You can come a little bit as much as possible onto your stomach.
Here you're going to be continuing to do the Mula Bandha, Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, gazing to your third eye with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, embodying the state and space of a lion in Simhasana.
You're going to be nicely lifting your chest, opening it as much as possible by stretching your hands embodying the face of a lion.
Gulphau Chivishnasya Sivanyah Parshvayoho Kshipet.
Yes. And next, we are going to be entering into Kukutasana. You're going to continue to remain in the Urdhva Kukutasana, where you're going to continue to remain in the Padmasana position. And we are going to be doing an advanced hand balance now, where you're going to keep your hands in front of you, firmly onto the ground, and you're going to lift your knees towards your elbow.
You're going to be lifting your entire body off onto
So
your
first,
hands.
what you can also do is, you can first bring your knees onto the elbow, and with the support of a partner, you can lift your hip off the ground. So hold yourself over there, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gazing down towards the ground, finding the balance. Visualize yourself as a rooster, one leg slightly impaired, yet vigilant. Feel determination rising in Urdhva Kukutasana.
ऊर्ध्व कुक्कुटवासिष्ठ मरीचिहल मत्स्यकं परिवृत्तिं चोदरस्य विविधं धनुरासनम्.
And next is Padmasana Shat. So as you can see, the Acharya is demonstrating. You're going to continue to remain in the Padmasana position. Now your hands are going to completely go crossing each other at the back and holding on to your toes. Completely going to cross each other and hold on to your toes. As you can see over here, completely you're going to be holding on to your toes in the Prana Mudra with the support of your index finger and middle finger joined together. So as you can see over here, if you're struggling to enter into the asana, what you can also do is push your Padmasana as in as you can, completely in as you can. And bend forward to hold on to your toes. And if you are still not able to hold, you can first hold on to one of your toes. And as you hold on to your toe, you can stretch your. As you hold on to your toe, you can straighten your back.
Doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Jalandhara Bandha, locking your chin to the chest. Gaze towards your nose with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualizing yourself as a lotus flower, rooted yet rising above the water, pure and radiant in Padmasana Shat. Adha Padmasanam Avamodpari Dakshinam Charanam Samstapya Vamam Tatha Dakshinorupari.
Now you can relax. We're going to be doing the Padmasana Sapta now, where you're going to continue to remain in the Padmasana position and you're going to be locking your hands onto your, holding onto your the neck.
You're going to be, there's a subtle nadi on the side of your neck known as the Vijnana nadi. You're going to be pressing that nadi on the side of your neck and joining your elbows together in front of you. Doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as Paramashiva transcending worldly society in Padmasana.
It's also important for us to keep the elbows completely touching together.
Padmasana Sapta. Padmasana Sthita Yogi Jnana Sangha Vivarjitaha.
And now we are going to do the Urdhva Padmasana. So you can continue to remain in the Padmasana as you come onto your back and lift your Padmasana up towards the sky with the support of your elbows. You're going to be balancing your elbows onto the ground at Padmasana into the Jalandhara Bandha. As you can see over here, as Ma Vimala is doing, naturally her chin is tucked towards the chest into the Jalandhara Bandha. When she breathes in this asana, it's the Murcha Kumbhaka. Gazing towards your nose, visualize yourself as an inverted lotus flower.
Suspended. Mama, you can try to raise your knees straight up as much as you can. The knees are not going to be towards the chest. Rather, try to raise your knees up straight as much as you can into Urdhva Padmasana. Prathama,
just relax your Padmasana onto the ground.
Continuing to be in the
Slowly.
Padmasana position. Allow your knees to elbows straight, getting a deep stretch here. Perfect. Continue to do the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Clench your perineum, suck in your stomach, and bring your chin to the chest in the Mahamudra Bandha.
Gaze towards your nose.
And visualize yourself as a mountain deeply rooted and stable for thousands of years in Parvatasana. Athava Akshay Mahadeva Parvatasana Mangalam.
And next is Matsyasana Pancha. So in Matsyasana Pancha, you can also first raise up. It will be even more easier for you to do from a raised position. So you can hold on to your respective toes first. Bring your elbow onto the ground. And arc your chest up towards the sky as you place your head onto the ground.
Hands in the Prana Mudra. Do the Kevala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualizing yourself as a graceful fish, effortlessly gliding through the waters in Matsyasana Pancha. Gaze towards your third eye. Mukta Padmasanam Kritva Uttana Shayanam Charet. And the next asana is Shenahasana, the hawk pose.
You can come to a standing position. You can come to a completely standing position, relaxing your Padmasana. So first, we are going to be bringing our right leg in front and crossing. You can bring your right leg in front and cross your leg. And as you can see over here, the leg is going to be locked completely behind your ankle. So when you lock like that, you will be able to find the balance on your leg even easier. And then you're going to also circle your hands around each other. Sitting down, finding the balance. Keeping your hands in the Anjali Mudra, doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as the majestic hawk. Sena, feel the sharp clarity of your vision, piercing far and wide with focused awareness during the Mula Bandha and gazing towards your nose in Shenahasana.
Hastapado Parasparam Badnitva Dehamunnamya Tishthet.
And next is Agocharasana. You can come to a seated position where you're going to keep your left leg towards the right hip and bring your right knee above your left knee and stack it above each other as you keep your palms on top of your knee.
Here you're going to continue doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gazing to your nose with the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, as you visualize perception, gradually falling silent and attention turning inward in Agocharasana. Agochara Asana.
And in the same position, your legs are going to be in the same position. Now you're going to just wrap your arms around each other and bringing your hands into Anjali Mudra.
In Shenahasana Uttaranga, continuing to do the Samavritti Kumbhaka Bandha, gazing towards your nose with the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a majestic hawk, Shena, in Shenahasana Uttaranga. Kutita Padam Padangushtam Bhumau Nidhaya.
And now we are going to repeat the Agocharasana on the other side. Now bringing your left knee on top of your right. What is important over here is that you keep your knees completely stacked on top of each other. It's going to be completely stacked on top of each other, and you're going to place your hands on top of your knees. You're going to be placing your hands on top of your knees
as we are entering into the Agocharasana.
You're going to be placing your hands on top of your knees.
Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing to your nose with the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. As you visualize perception, gradually following silent and attention turning inward in Agocharasana. Agochara Asana.
And now we are going to do the Syenahasana Uttaranga on the other side, where you are going to be wrapping your arms and keeping your hands in the Namaskara Mudra. You're going to wrap your arms and keep your hands.
This time your legs will also be opposite from last time, and your hands will also be opposite from last time. So you can actually uncross your legs and twist it over to the other side. Bring your opposite leg on top while the other leg rests below. As you do the Samavritti Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, breathing to your nose with the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as a majestic hawk, feeling the sharp clarity of your vision piercing far and wide with focused awareness in Syenahasana. Uttaranga on the other side. Kutita Padam Padangushtam Bhumau Nidhaya.
And now we are going to be coming to a standing position to repeat Syenahasana Parshvantare. So if you did the right side, you can bring your right leg forward. If you did the left side, you can bring the left leg forward. You're going to be locking your ankle as much as possible behind your shin.
See, if you are struggling to lock your ankle behind the shin, what you have to do is bend the standing leg a little more. So let's say you're bringing your left leg over the right, bend your right leg a little more and you'll see how the left leg automatically locks easily behind. And you can lock your arms as well. As you continue to do the Samavritti Kumbhaka, do the Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose with the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself as a majestic hawk, Shyena in Syenahasana Uttaranga on the other side. Hastapadau parasparam bandhitva dehamunnamya tishtet. And with this comes to our last asana, Shavasana Dve. Please come to a laying down position. Keeping your legs extended, palms facing upwards, doing the Shakti Chalana Mudra. You're going to feel the Kundalini energy rising up through your spine. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, breathing in and out deeply and slowly. Ensure your palms are facing upwards.
The palms are going to be facing upwards, completely open.
Visualize your body as dead, lifeless, while the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, liberates your soul in Shavasana Dve. Atha Chitta Vishantau Shavasanam Uttanamurdhva Shayanam Vidhaya Prasarya Padau Karasamputam Hridi.
And now slowly start moving your toes, your knee, the hip, as you come to a seated position. You can roll onto your back and come to a seated position. Congratulations to every single one of you who have successfully gone through. We are going to also continue with the sequences tomorrow. So we invite all of you to please come and join us again tomorrow for the Nithyananda Yoga session. And to have a even more deeper training into the yoga, you can also come and join the Paramashiva Sena program. And do not miss the daily live satsang that is happening, where Swamiji is revealing deeper secrets about quantum entanglement and quantum manifestation. And if you have any feedbacks and if you want any help with your yoga practice, you can also leave it for us in the comment section and we will be getting back to you. And with this, we are going to be concluding in front of your heart center as you close your eyes and offer your gratitude to Swamiji for gifting us this entire science of Nithyananda Yoga as we conclude the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam. Now please turn towards the Atmamurti and offer your gratitude by bowing down. Thank you, Nithyanandam.